Greetings, Autobots, and welcome to something a little bit different. I was cleaning out my cupboards, looking for some stuff to get rid of the other day, when I came across a hidden gem, something that a few of you folks may recognise and a few of you may also hold very near and dear. Because I found this. A Lego Bionicle Tahu figure. Now, I got this guy a while ago for I think about £10. So yeah, I mean for those of you that don't know, Bionicle is this old Lego line where they did something different where it was Lego, but you could build little action figures, and these guys were like little robots with their own story, character, lore, etc. And they all come in these little canisters. Now the canisters have a lore reason. In Bionicle lore, the canisters are where they're born from, which is just such a cool way of justifying these iconic, absolute, like, you know, if you went into Toys R Us or any toy shop back in the day and you saw these things sitting, you know you were in for an absolutely banger of a time, especially when there were hundreds of Bionicles to pick from. Man, those early days in toy stores, they were just molto bene, lovely. So let's take a look at the packaging before we get started. So we have here Lego Technic, ages 7 and up. I don't know if you guys were able to sniff out, but I have a suspicion that I am not 7 years old. Could have fooled me. We have the Bionicle we've got in the back. Tahu, a really, really cool picture of him. On the instruction sheet, surfing in a lava flow. A secret code on the mask. All the different pieces. I think it says on the instructions how many pieces he comes with. He is, let's see, he comes with like 33 pieces, and this is one of the older Bionicles, so he's a bit more simplistic in terms of his design as well as his construction. But that's the twist tonight, folks. We're not going to be transforming. No, no, no. We're going to be building this little guy from scratch. Right here, right now, for your ASMR enjoyment. So, let's get started. Allons-y. So, let's just unscrew the canister and awaken the hero within. You can see here, there's all the pieces. Let's just pour them out. Oh, there we go. Gently does it. There we go. All the pieces we need. Now, let's do a little bit of sorting. Let's color code the pieces. Why? Because it'll be satisfying to watch, and it helps for sorting for the purpose of the video. So pipes and black pieces go here. I'll tell you what, guys, I've been playing a lot of Bionicle Heroes recently, and that's actually part of what spurred on this video, because that game is an incredibly underrated classic in my opinion, and it's actually, if I recall correctly, the only Lego shooter game. It's a third-person shooter, and quite a good one at that. So, silver pieces will just pop over here. There we are, just make sure everything is nice and organized for your viewing pleasure. Pieces, sort out. Rack 'em up, rack 'em up, rack 'em up. There we go. Look at that. Nice and organized. And now we can take a look at the instructions. Now, I'll be keeping the instructions. I think I'll use my wallet or the canister to keep the instructions up against the wall so you guys can see them while we follow along. But here we have the instruction sheet, and look at that artwork. Tell you, this was the golden age of Lego. I mean, Lego's still great, don't get me wrong, but Bionicle needs a comeback, especially these old school canisters and packaging. Even the font makes it seem like this big grand spectacle. So here we open it up, and there we have our canister. I like to imagine that this is emblematic of the kid who gets the Bionicle. You open the canister, and then it's like the birth of a hero in your hands. You know, something like that. But let's see. So as you can see here on the sheet, we need to bring this chest piece here and a pipe with a hole in it and a 2-inch black pipe. So, oh, that was close. Actually, yeah, we can keep it like that. Why not? Fortune favors the bold. So we just have to take this piece here and pop that in. Make sure that this little bit is facing back, and then just we have to make sure the port is facing forward. There we go. And take the second one and pop it in this little chest cavity right here. There we go. We can set that off to the side here and move on to step 2. Or page 2. Not technically 3, but right, so now we have to take the chest, and now we're adding the gear system. Now this particular brand of Lego is quite special because I think it's called Technic. So it allows for sort of technological like functions like gears and pulley systems and whatnot. So we just have to take this little 5-inch black piece, which will form the hips for our character. And we need a little gear piece, and we're just going to pop that in this little assembly here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a 5-inch black pipe piece and pop it through there, which will allow this gear to function independently. So we'll just pop that through there. There we go, lovely. And oh, almost forgot, we have to take this little black piece here and pop that on there. Lovely, 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 good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Now, what to do, what to do, what to do. Aha, perfect. We have to take this little piece here and just pop that on here. And now you can see it functions as a little gearbox. Look at that. Quite nifty, isn't it, guys? If you ask me, these old Bionicles, especially the more simplistic ones, they really work within their simplicities to make them quite special. Now for step 4, we have to take this big gear piece and just feed that through the pipe. See, there's like a little square or cross shape which allows this to just go on through, and we cap it off with another one of these pieces. There we go, look at that. Not that impressive now, but when we get the arms in play, wait and see, folks, just wait and see. So we have to take another 3-inch pipe piece, use the last of our gears and just pop that in here to what will be the arm socket. Pop that in there. So now, when we turn this thing at the back, it will rotate the robot's arm, or the Bionicle's arm. Pretty nifty, huh? But let's continue on. We need this little piece here, and what does it want us to do? Let's see. The instructions say to put this piece down in here. Just sort of let that sit in there, then take a 3-inch black pipe and pop that in there for the other arm. This one doesn't rotate, but that just fixes it in place. Then take another pipe and put it down through here. Okay. Would you believe me if I told you that we're pretty much most of the way done? So next we take the inner head and then just affix it here. You can see it's got it's got transparent reddish plastic around the eyes, but this isn't the Bionicle's true face. No. We'll be saving that for later. Next, we get to make the arms. So, we need a specialized piece. We need this here for his arm, specifically the sword arm. And you're just going to take this ball, it's on like this little joint, and you're going to just click it in. There we go. Nice and firm. And then we're going to feed it through this little socket here. Now he's got a little arm. Hello. It's good to have you here, Mr. Bionicle, but you're just not complete just yet. But don't fear, good friend, I'll get you fixed and then some. I'll restore you to your former glory. So, same process. Pop that on here, and then plug that in here. There we go. Now we build the legs. So, legs, let me just repeat the same process, but make sure these parts are the ones facing down for the feet, because you don't want to give them chicken legs by accident. There we go. Just plug that in, same old plan. There's one leg done. Same process here, just make sure everything clicks in. Guys, these ball joints are super sturdy. They're meant to be taken apart and built, so they're not gonna stress or anything, which is amazing considering how old this guy is in particular. So, just attach his legs on his hips. Oop, you'll want to be careful to not accidentally push the hip piece out, because it can be a little bit loose sometimes, or it can move sometimes, but if you just keep it in place and plug it in, it'll stay, no problem. Righto, what's next? We're nearing the end. We have to take the legs, plug them together. We've already done that. Now we get to build his arm cannon, or his hand cannon. So just take the last two pipes and plug them in, and you'll notice there's a socket right here which is just going to plug into his mitt. So just pop that in right there, and now he's got a hand cannon. There we go. Good stuff. What's the point in being an adult if you can't be a kid every now and again? Have a laugh, have a good time, you know? So, let's give him his flaming sword of justice. Not its actual name, I just call it that because it sounds cool. There we go. That's his sword. And what's our next step? Next and final step is it's gonna be like that scene in Star Wars when Darth Vader gets his mask for the first time. And there's a plane overhead, lovely. So we just slot it in here, make sure it fits through that little port. And there we go. There we have Tahu from Bionicle, all assembled. It is really cool looking robot. I mean, they might be robots, they might be biomechanical, I'm not sure. But here's where that gear system comes in, because if you take the gears on his back, you can have him chop, 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 chop. You can have him swinging and chopping and firing. As for posability, these older Bionicles weren't really much in the way of posability. You do have ball joints here, so you can get decent enough range, though nothing at this arm, and this one kind of flops because of the gear system. Nothing at the head, but the legs are arguably the most posable because you've got the ball socket, you've got a decent enough pivot on either side. But posability wise, yeah, he's pretty average, but for what it is, or for what it's worth, just as a Bionicle and as something that I've always wanted as a kid, just this guy rocks. He just friggin' reps. The colors, the lore, the fact that you get to build your own action figure, you can take it apart and put it back together anytime you want for endless replay value. This is the kind of stuff I live for. Just endless fun. You can never go wrong with Bionicle, folks. Let's just straighten them out. Come on, Tahu, get yourself presentable. Close on the canister. And there we have Tahu fully assembled. I hope you guys enjoyed this impromptu Bionicle video. I wanted to do something a little bit different and earlier than usual, and I filmed this as a sort of treat for not only myself but you guys. So leave a like, leave a comment, and if you want me to do more Bionicle, don't be afraid to hit me up in the comments and leave requests for any Bionicles you would like to see covered on this channel. I think that about wraps up everything I want to say here, folks. So, with all that being said, this is Autobot ASMR, signing off. Autobots, transform and roll out to bed. Till all are one. Bye-bye.